Guy Nation, what's poppin'? Crazy Dog coming at you on the Buckin' Crazy YouTube channel with my final official scheduled Buckeyes official visit weekend preview. And boy, they weren't lying when they say this is a loaded weekend. Safe to say, they saved the best for last, right? Because looking at the names of the players who will be in town, of course, you have the kids that are already committed, right? Chris Henry Jr., Blaine Bradford, Caden Dixon Wyatt, of course, Simeon Caldwell, Jordan Thomas, Jacob Weatherspoon, and Brock Boyd. Like, we already knew they were going to be here, right? But how about the kids who are uncommitted coming to town that we're trying to get to commit to Ohio State? So, of course, you look at the names of the uncommitted visitors. Of course, the big one, Brandon Womack, right? He's not committing until August 22nd, I believe. So if he does silently commit at some point, that means he's got to keep quiet for 2 months. Wow. That's a lot of time to keep your mouth shut, right? I remember Devin Sanchez, I believe, said, like, when he silently committed, like, he had to play along with these other schools that he was visiting, right? He had to, like, act all interested, knowing in his head he's a Buckeye. Now, let me actually check. Is Ohio State his last official visit? I'm going to do the same for the other kids I'm talking about here, too, right? But yeah, Braylon Womack, yep, this is his last official visit. In fact, I think all of the kids I'll be talking about. Oh, no. Well, yeah. Yep. This is all the kids I'm talking about. Ohio State is their last official visit, essentially, of the summer. So that's big. This is Ohio State's chance to essentially maybe put the finishing touches on a potential recruitment. Now, again, Braylon Womack doesn't commit until August. So we'll see what happens there. Now, the next big name that'll be in town, of course, is running back Derek Cooper. And, of course, it's down to Cooper and Savion Hyder for who will be the number 2 running back in the class next to Favor Aki. I think it's going to be Derek, because from what I hear about Savion, he wants a lot of the money, and I don't know if we'll be willing to pay up. Not to mention, look at the school that Derek goes to. I know someone who went there. Someone named Jeremiah Smith. That would be fun, right? Now, originally, I was just going to talk about Landon Barnes next, right? Edge rusher from Duncanville. Well, obviously, yesterday during my Sincere Johnson commitment stream, I talked about his teammate, KJ Ford, who will also be coming to town for an official visit. Now, that's a rarity because the Buckeyes haven't even offered KJ Ford a scholarship. So I'm guessing that'll happen this weekend. But yeah, Landon Barnes and KJ Ford will both be in town once again together. They were in town together for the spring game, and now they'll be back together this weekend for Ohio State's final scheduled official visit weekend of the summer. As you see, Landon Barnes confirmed that he will be in town on Twitter, and I quote, "I'll be at Ohio State this weekend." And of course, he had to mention Larry Johnson. And I like our chances here with either one, especially after we missed out on Luke Wafel. You know, Ohio State's going to pivot to either one of these two, and then you have Carter Meadows as well, who I believe will be with the team up north this weekend. So we'll see how that goes, right? Because I know we made a good impression on Carter. That's for sure. Now, Going to another defensive lineman that I think Ohio State has a really good chance at landing. That's Deuce Gerald. Now, I haven't really heard much about him recently when it comes to a potential commitment. But man, if we were able to land him, that would be amazing. We've been essentially leading for him pretty much all summer for a long time. And again, Ohio State is his final official visit. He was just in Ann Arbor recently. He's taken quite a few official visits too. So he's been around the block. So he's seen some stuff. And I'm interested in seeing how things will go here. I'm trying to see if I can get the lowdown on Kevin Ford. Oh, here we go. So Derek Cooper, again, this is his last official visit. Same thing with Braylon. And of course, Deuce. Now, Kevin was supposed to be going to USC, but of course, with them getting Luke Wayful, they canceled his official visit, and Ohio State swooped in, so he'll be coming to Columbus instead. So there's that, right? Now, Landon Barnes is the only other big one I'm looking at. Now, besides those guys, of course, you have Damari Simeon, J.B. Shabazz, Luke Fahey, Jaquaden Guilford, who is committing this week, by the way, and then Deron Parks. But yeah, for Landon Barnes, this is his last summer official visit. He is taking an official visit to Texas on September 5th. So there's that. I believe that's their second game against San Jose State, if I'm not mistaken. So he'll be in Austin for that one. But yeah, Deuce Gerald's, I think, could be a Buckeye if they want him, which I think they do. But we'll see. Now, looking at potential commitments coming up. Shout out to Swish Vibes on Twitter. Swish X Vibes. He came up clutch with these commitment dates. Of course, we had Sincere Johnson and Luke Wayful yesterday. This week's going to be big. Danny Odom on the 23rd. I heard Ohio State's in on him. I would not be shocked if he commits to Ohio State. Aaron Thomas, who we have been crystal balled for about a couple weeks now, of course. Max Sutter, June 26th. Jaquaden Guilford, I just mentioned, June 27th. Xavier Griffin on June 29th. Not really feeling that one, but we'll see how things go. Maybe things change. And then Emmanuel Ruffin on July 4th. Okay. Now, as far as what Ohio State has done since the last three recruiting weekends, they've essentially landed one kid from the previous 3 weekends apiece. Kerry Wilder from the May 30th official visit weekend. Of course, he didn't commit until June 10th. So he waited a while. June 6th, we only had 3 kids, but of course we got Favor Aki, who committed on the last day of his official visit. And then, so far, June 13th, of course, we got Sincere Johnson. Now, here's the interesting thing about Sincere Johnson's commitment. Now, as you remember, if you remember on Twitter, Hayes Fawcett, notorious for teasing us with his GIF tweets, he posted 2 Brutus Buckeye GIF tweets on June 12th, the day before Sincere Johnson's official visit. Well, come to find out, as he revealed on Twitter in this tweet, Sincere Johnson silently committed during his official visit. So, as I figured, yeah, Sincere Johnson was indeed one of the booms that Hayes was teasing us about. Now, of course, as the week went on, I was like, watch it. One of them Sincere. Now, my only question is, who's the other one? Is it Jameer? Is it someone that we're not even thinking of? Right? I'm looking up and down the list and I'm thinking, it could be Jameer. It could be maybe Cam Brickle out of nowhere, Aaron Thomas, Drew Evers, right? I mean, not really many other names out there that we're favored for. TJ Dean, it could be him. I mean, it's hard to say. Guess we'll find out eventually. Could be Deuce. That'd be funny. Honestly, it would not surprise me at all if Deuce Geralds commits during his official visit. Like I said, were his last official visit, it would make way too much sense. He commits during his official visit. If anything, silently. Never know, right? So, yeah, we'll see what happens. And of course, I'm scrolling through Twitter and I'm seeing some of the kids are already in town. I've seen like some of the commits are already there. I think, was it Simeon's already there? I think Jordan Thomas is there already. I'm sure all the official commits will already be there, like waiting on the uncommitted kids to come in so then they can get a head start on rising them up, trying to get them to commit here. Now, the one I'm interested in is Braylon Womack because, again, he doesn't commit for 2 months in August, which means if he silently commits this weekend, he has to hold on to that for 2 freaking months. That's tough. That's tough. But yeah, it's going to be a fun weekend. I'll be here if anything pops off. So, with that being said, guys, that's all I got. So, as always, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and hit that bell. And again, if we get any booms, I'll be here. So, you already know. Be sure to subscribe. I'm on the road to 200 subs. I'm almost there. Working slowly but surely, right? With that being said, I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go, Bucks. OH. I'm out. Bye-bye. Yeah.